What's up, the squad? Back with another video. You already know, you feel me? Had to check this video out just based off of, first off, Doug gives out excellent research info. So make sure y'all go check out Doug and Sal. Description box down below. But I definitely love following up on this whole, situation because it regardless of how anything is set out to be, a lot of people talking about the Obamas and what they got going on, but it's a sad thing because it was somebody life lost, a horrible situation, and I've been following up on this for a little second now. But you already know, definitely hit that like button, that subscribe button. Let's see what's going on here.
Covering something up with the Obamas when their personal longtime chef showed up drowned, mysterious circumstances. We got partial reports of him being naked, drowning in 8 feet of water. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. This is where all the happy patriots are. We're going to explore this
and the whole thing is a little weird.
Investigation of this new document that came out with exclusive new witness accounts.
Reporting person. No life vest was worn. They have recovered the paddleboard and clothing. Still no contact with missing party. They still have a boat and rescue swimmers in the area.
That was Tom Fitton, who got a Freedom of Information Act to get more of the requests of what the police were not releasing about the report. And this is interesting. What would you hide from the public? Very weird, very specific about some of these things. But first, remember, Obamas are the most favored couple, weirdo couple, but the most favored by Hollywood. Here's Newsweek. We're going to get to the rest of that drowning chef in a minute, but just to set up their favored status, Obama faces backlash for films warning about white people. This is the kind of things that Barack is allowed to do. He has released a movie with Julia Roberts. I'll read about the scene from this Newsweek article. Former President Barack.
And how do y'all feel as far as that whole situation with that movie coming out? I feel like it is a possibility. Well, I'm not going to say such as a possibility because it's a possibility of a lot of things. But I look at the fact that, any of that stuff could have been happening. A lot of people love saying, that things like that can. And it to me, it is. And that's why you always want to stay, prepared for different situations with your family and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like it got to the point where so many people are so for themselves, and so especially, you having the higher ups, you got people, we went through the Oprah thing, we went through the Rock thing, we went through a lot of, of these different people that why would they, why would they even try to give somebody some type of warning? So I don't know. They make a lot of movies and stuff like that, different things. So I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Barack Obama is facing backlash on Monday over a film on which he was a consultant, which warns about white people. Barack is one of the most racist presidents we've ever had. After concluding his presidency in 2017, Obama has written a best-selling memoir and signed a deal with Netflix to produce films and a television series. It's worth like $100 million. That's all. The former president has also created Higher Ground, a production company co-led by his wife, former First Lady, Michelle Obama, in which projects were set.
I always say former lady and former First Lady.
To touch on issues of race and class, democracy, and civil rights. This is a sweetheart deal, not made on merit whatsoever. The company's first production, American Factory, debuted in 2019, centered on an abandoned General Motors plant that was reopened in Ohio by a Chinese billionaire. Once again, Chinese billionaire is the hero of their story. The film took home an Oscar for the best documentary feature. Remember when they gave away a best Oscar to Al Gore for Inconvenient Truth? Hollywood loves handing out awards to these people. Not just Hollywood, but here's President Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize and also oversaw drone strikes on 7 foreign countries. They love handing him the highest awards available. The scene in question of Obama's movie, shows a black couple lying in bed as the lines, quote, "I'm asking you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people," unquote. All this is just Steve Martin's The Jerk.
Don't never, ever trust Whitey. Don't trust Whitey.
The Netflix film called Leave the World Behind, produced by Obama, includes a scene demonizing white people. White people are the only group you're allowed and celebrated to be racist towards, and it'll be put into movies by the most influential people.
But my thing is with the whole, I feel like, honestly, like, if everybody want to get technical with things, I was just talking to Chris about this. The whole situation. When I was growing up, we was watching a movie last night. I think last night or the night before. We was watching a movie. And I was like, I think it was last night. And I was like, in today's time, she couldn't say that. And it's not because I don't agree or I don't like what she said, what the lady said, but it got in my head like, you can't say this. It is sad that people didn't got to the point. I'm not gonna say we because I don't care, but people didn't got to the point where it's always something, it's always something when it comes to, oh, you can't say that because this group is gonna be mad. Or you can't say that because you have this group of people that is going to say this, or they're going to put this on social media. So I'm the person that likes, if it's a comedy movie, if they just straight bashing, like it's just, and that's what, a lot of these people try to, do in these movies. But if it's all comedy, like it's a comedy movie and I don't get hurt about those things, especially if it's comedy, just like comedians. I'm a person that, why can't it be like it used to be is the question. You're having back in the day watching comedies, watching different things, and it's just like you laugh. You have fun, you laugh about it. It's no argument or no, I don't know.
That's
just my whole thing.
TikTok wrote on X. I don't know if it's actually promoting racism. It's probably more like it's exposing racism. I think the black actor that said this in the movie is revealing to people how some people think and how some people talk and how racist they are. So it's not necessarily endorsing it. Now, getting back to the Obama's murdered chef. Tom Fitton, breaking, newly released records show that when Secret Service agents rushed to try to rescue Obama's chef, Tafari Campbell, who was drowning, both of the agents' boats were inoperable. So someone might have sabotaged the agents' boats. That is strangely covered up, was not released to the public. The rescue boats were inoperable.
It's literally stuff coming out every week, every month.
Who cut the wires? Maybe Michelle? Was she jealous? The chef and Barack's close relationship? Or did the chef see something he wasn't supposed to? The agents had to borrow the groundskeeper's boat. A Secret Service report describes how two agents attempted to start one of the boats but had difficulties lowering the motor. I headed down with a person redacted, but told her to continue down and yelled to SA redacted and SSA redacted. These are Secret Service agents. That I would run down and get the keys for the USSS boat. I sprinted to the CP command post, grabbed the keys, sprinted back toward the boats. A similar issue occurred with the motor on the second boat. Do any of these boats work? These rescue boats?
So you got rescue boats that don't work. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
With the motor on the second boat, we jumped into a third boat belonging to a groundskeeper, and it worked without issue. So all of the emergency boats didn't work. The groundskeeper,
the third boat,
his boat did work because he's just in charge of mowing the lawn. Judicial Watch forced the release of this startling disclosure through a federal event. Why would they be hiding this testimony? I'll let you guys.
What my thing is with this whole thing is that when I first known about this whole situation, it got a little bit weird to me because it's like it's so many situations that occurred where they live at, where they're staying at, living, staying, and I seen it on the reports of how many situations, how many 911 calls came from that area, and a lot of that just threw me off. And I don't know. I feel like it's so much things that a lot of the law enforcement and stuff pay attention to rather than paying attention to what's really going on. It's sad. I don't know. We live in a sad world. Definitely live in a sad world, but it's up to us, to come together, to change, and to do better, especially, for America as it's, sadly depreciating. But definitely would love to see y'all comments of what y'all, got to say. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, watching this. Make sure y'all go check out Doug Exile. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.